Hi everyone, this is Order of the Week. Every week I make a video and I always say I speak about something that is important to me at the time and hopefully is important to other people too. And this video is for this week, obviously, the week at the start on Monday. Today is Friday and it's the 26th of February. I'm going to show the board for today. Maybe, yeah, kind of fits in the screen, I think. So today is the 26th of February 2021. It's for the for the week that they start on Monday. That will be the 21st of February. And last week I was talking. All right, yeah. Last week I was talking about a very different subject. I've been talking quite a lot in the last few months about coronavirus, or even suggest that it doesn't have nothing to do with coronavirus, but I did wanted to link somehow because I think coronavirus is taking over everything in our lives. Last week I didn't do that. It was a very particular case, and I thought I wanted to have respect for the person that the case, the person in the case. I want to talk about that. It was about Pablo Gesell imprisonment and the protests and riots that have been in Barcelona and some other parts of Spain. I didn't want to take sides particularly of whether that case was was justified or not, because I didn't know all the details in the particular case, but I did wanted to stand up for the freedom of speech of course, and I wanted to say that is having an imprisonment, it has to be very clear that is no abusing the rights of freedom of speech, but there is other reasons which are very difficult. I did say very difficult to clarify, because is a singer making a song, so even though was charges of criticizing the royal family and also to apology or empathy of terrorism, I will find that very difficult to prove in a song from a singer. However, it was other tweets as well, apparently, so that makes a difference for me, and I don't know what the tweets say anyway, so that's a discussion, pragmatic, I can't come with another word. I think hopefully the pragmatic is a good word for what I want to say. It's a pragmatic discussion. I mean that you express in real terms what you want to express. So for me it's different to make a tweet and a discussion online that than a song, which have an artistic value or artistic aspects that are very difficult for me to be accused of any kind of propaganda exclusively only. So but yeah, I didn't know. I don't know what was said on the tweets and the discussion. So therefore, I didn't want to take sides on the particular case. But I definitely advise cautious, and definitely to make very clear that there is other reasons that are not the views of freedom of speech which I think have been happening in Spain for the last few years. And I've been explaining that about how people that have protest have got 20,000 or 30,000 euros fines just for protesting pacifically. And I definitely can say that because it was people protesting that were pensioners, a small group of pensioners, and they were fined with 20,000 and 30,000 euros. And I think that is abuse of the right to speak, freedom of speech. And just to be sure that this is no another case like that. However, as I say, I don't have all the details, so I can't take sides, but definitely cautious, and to make sure that we are not abusing any human rights, definitely. And that was last week video, and this video it was for me quite a privilege to have the opportunity to speak about something like this, because I definitely stand by human rights. I always say that, and also give me the opportunity, I suppose. This week video, I have a very mixed feelings, is to talk about something that make me really tired, to be honest. It's about vaccine passport. Have been discussing this week. I believe that Denmark have been already decided to make a vaccine passport, which I think is unjustified, and to be honest, it's almost for me is again another abuse of human rights. If we consider that vaccine only at the moment is maybe I don't know, 2% of worldwide population have got a vaccination. So I think that is a massive inequality and human rights abuse, really. Trying to be more diplomatic and use a different word as neglect of human rights, but to be honest, I really think it's abuse of human rights again, because it can change people's life, and it's obviously gonna change people's life that have less access to medical healthcare facilities, and services, and also I abuse the human right to decide as well. Don't take me wrong, I do understand we are a pandemic. I'm the first person I've been saying that, not the first person, but definitely have been right there at the top. Showing my concerns about this pandemic and the virus, risks of the virus itself. But I think it's too quick for to force people to vaccinate, and it's too quick for people to be forced to be punished in a way for not getting the vaccine. With this passport, because obviously that doesn't allow you to work, it is a punishment. Let's be clear. I mean, you can put it in other words, be as diplomatic as you want it, is you are the prime minister, but at the end of the day you must know the consequences of your decisions. And if you decide to put a vaccine that only maybe 10% of your country, the population in your country, have been able to do it, a lot of people that are not able to get the vaccination are not going to have any other rights so to work, which I think is absolutely shocking. And as you can see, I'm already getting a bit uptight, which I'm really sorry about that, but it's just that the subject is really, I find that very harmful, to be honest. I find that harmful. So I watched a video, obviously, but I didn't even watch the video, to be honest, because I just couldn't I couldn't put myself to see anything else about this subject. However, I saw the discussion on the news, I think was, and then it was this apparently tycoon or some kind of businessman that is apparently is very popular. I don't know this the gentleman, but he was saying that he's gonna ask people to have the vaccination if they want to work in his company, which for me, as I say, I don't agree with that. That's all I can say. And then obviously was someone from human rights welfare or awareness, and they were saying, well, no, we don't agree with a passport because, and then the gentleman in the company, he was saying, well, then you say that the pandemic cannot be controlled, and the lady, was a lady from the human rights defense kind of side, was saying, no, we are not saying that. What we are saying is that the immunization is social immunization in terms of it requires a percentage of vaccination or a percentage of to be immunized, no vaccination, because it's not the same. We are talking that the only way to immunize is vaccine. Maybe it's by COVID-19, but maybe it's not. We don't know. I'm not trying to make now immunization to look easy like it was saying months ago for many groups of people and some prime ministers as well in UK and America as well, that they believe in there is a war, how they say, I can't remember the word now, but it's kind of, well, just mass immunization kind of thing. There is another word. I can't remember now. But hen immunization, I can't remember very well. But yeah, immunization in group immunization as well was the first term I heard. They believe in that. I'm not saying that. Definitely no. It have been proved that that's not possible with COVID-19. The immunization, if it is possible with COVID-19, which I don't know, it will be probably in many years. Who knows? Is that possible anyway? Which Boris Johnson said at some point. They came with this immunization test. He said it was the changing game, because now they will have the tool to find out how to extend immunization, and it had been forgotten. So obviously I take that didn't work either, as it didn't work to train dogs to detect infection at the airports, probably because if they gonna breathe a virus, the poor dogs will die straight away, So obviously they didn't work with the dogs trained at the airport, and probably the immunization test didn't work either. We never heard anything about that after. And so, as I say, I doubt about the immunization. Definitely, I doubt it very much in the short term. I don't know in the long term, but who knows how many years? Does that mean 10 years? Does that mean 100 years? We don't know. What I'm saying is that it's not the same. Immunization is not the same than vaccination. Again, vaccines are talking about immunization, but in a different way that we have been talking about other vaccines, because I don't know if I don't know if I understood that right, but as far as I know, with COVID-19 vaccine, you can still contract the virus. So even if you have the passport that you be vaccinated, you are not really immunized in the sense that you cannot contract the virus, and even more that you cannot transfer it to other people. You maybe can cope with the symptoms, which is what the sense is more effective, the vaccine at the moment, but that doesn't mean that you cannot contract to get the virus and then transfer the virus. So I don't see what this make any change in terms of extending the infection. I don't see it. And also, but I know I don't agree with the part for so many other reasons as well, you know. But even for the purpose that is being appealed for, it's defeating that purpose, because they believe the vaccine is stopping the extension of the virus. It didn't send to do that. So so yeah, the passport for me have no justification. Definitely no at the moment. And also we need to think on how many qualities this is gonna create, how many difficulties to people that already are in a difficult situation, and how many well, inequalities, I suppose it is, but inequalities in terms not only financial, but also social, you know, how many, and also, that's what I want to say, the control and individuals that this allow it, you know, because it's forcing people to do something that is still in to be test socially, you know, and even though the tests obviously for the labs have been done, and they say they pass from 70% effective to a month later 90%, all of them, but well, suppose that was the requirements you want to believe, scientifically talking, but socially haven't been tested. We don't know what it's gonna mean worldwide application of the vaccine. So yeah, there is so many problems with this passport that I can believe that there is countries already have decided to do it, and other countries already thinking and doing it in the short term. So yeah, the subject is quite upsetting for me, to be honest, so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about this, but as I say, I'm gonna mention a video because I always show a video, and I haven't watched the video. As I say, I watched on the news, the argument on the news, and I didn't watch this video, but just to mention this video, because they obviously discuss the same subject. If anyone is interested, this is in Spanish. I thought it was in English. Obtenga la información más reciente sobre. No, that's not that. That's not that. Oh dear. No, but it must be this, because I can understand that, to be honest. Let me see if I can go backwards, because it doesn't seem to be this video that I have on the screen. Well, the video I watched was, UK government to review COVID vaccine passport. That was the video. Okay, and the channel is ITV News. Oh, there you go. It's ITV News. Good. It's an important channel. I think it's TV kind of channel as well, isn't it? ITV, yeah, ITV. So yes, that's the title. UK government to review COVID vaccine passports. ITV News is the channel, and if you want to watch it. I don't know. I suppose there is people that agree. At the moment, I feel that they are rushing to do things that we don't know the long-term effects of socially, how this passport is going to affect socially, and I think the inequalities are clear from onset. So I will say cautious again, cautious is what I've been saying the last few weeks on different subjects. But apparently people, are trying to rush things that, in my opinion, even with the vaccine, I did say a few weeks ago, we should be cautious. And again, I'm saying we need to be cautious about this passport as well, vaccine passport. And so that's the subject for today. I want to stop it here because I don't think it's gonna make a very good video if I keep talking about this subject, because it doesn't. I don't think I still, in the state that I can speak with objectivity. And I try at least. Well, I don't talk with Do I talk with objectivity? I suppose I try. I don't know if I manage all the time. I do try to speak with objectivity, or at least to be fair and to back my arguments as well from objective evidence. But obviously, the interpretation always going to be subjective, like everything, when they say that the statistics say that, they say, yeah, it indicate maybe, or maybe not, because at the end of the day, numbers is an arbitrary kind of measurement, and the interpretation is always subjective, and you try to be less subjective by link to other evidence, but all the evidence together, again, it's gonna be a bit of more subjective interpretation, really, or maybe not subjective, but yes, situational related, situational link, or situational related. I can't say now the term. Situational specific. That's the word. Situational specific. Not subjective per se that you are trying just to expose your opinion, but always, anything that you are interpreting, any theory that you are creating is going to be situational specific. When you change the time, the space, maybe it shows different light to other evidence that wasn't visible at the time, they weren't available at the time. It could change the complete theory, like the planet was believed to be flat, and then someone says it's not flat, the planet is rounded, and then he was almost born in a bonfire. I'm laughing now, but I'm sure it was a laughing matter at the time. And this is happening in any theory. It's not subjective, however, it's situational, specific. And we need to be cautious with that, when people say, present a theory and say that's the truth and everything against this, it should be, born in the bonfire, Remember that